to Let's Talk Sports. I'm Jane Wiles here with Dakota Hamilton, Alex Martin. How you guys doing today?
Oh, I'm doing great.
You doing great?
Yeah. How are you, Jaden?
I'm great, man. So we're going to start off with, this is also our first show of the year. So for Let's Talk Sports, we're going to start off with our county roundup as per usual. We're going to send it to Dakota for Greenfield Central and Eastern Hancock.
So most of our teams are preparing to start their girls golf squad. They're 4-2 this week with an overall record of 5-4, being led by Kate Baker, Alyssa Kitkoff, Leanna Gibbs, and Allie Wilson. They've placed first in 2 matches, one against Triton and Rushville scoring 219, and the other one against Hagerstown and Connorsville shooting 203, which was yesterday. And they were 3 strokes off New Pal, finishing 3rd with 215 strokes in their second match. They look to get out of the split at the Lapel Invitational at Lapel High School Saturday at 9 a.m. They'll be competing against 12 other teams. Cross Country is also looking to open their season Sunday at the Valley Cross Kickoff. They'll be facing off against 9 other teams at Terre Haute, South Vigo. For Saturday, football has a scrimmage at Muncie Central at 7 p.m. GC is also hosting the Kickin' Cancer Tournament for girls soccer. There will be 4 matches played between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. Boys soccer is also kicking off their season at South Dearborn Sunday at 7:30. Boys tennis has the Husky Invitational at Hamilton Heights Saturday at 9. Girls volleyball is heading to Cecina Monday at 7:30 p.m. to start their season. And we're going to take it to New Pal.
And for New Pal, there's not much going on in New Pal right now, but their girls golf team is off to a bit of a rough start, taking a tough loss against Noblesville, 170-189, led by their junior Lauren Deering, who shot a 38, which is pretty good. She's a junior, so New Pal definitely still is, this year, next year, to develop her and get her maybe to the state finals. But they will look to bounce back this weekend at the Lapel Invitational. Their football team does have a scrimmage tonight at 7 o'clock against Columbus North, and their girls volleyball team will open up their season tomorrow against the Scenic Memorial. Now we're going to send it to Alex from Mount Vernon.
At Mount Vernon, the girls golf played against Eastern's girls golf team at home with a win over the Royals, with Eastern shooting at 208 and Mount Vernon shooting 158. Tonight at 7 p.m., the varsity football team scrimmages Perry Meridian, and on Saturday, the girls golf heads to Lapel for an early morning matchup at 10 a.m. Also on Saturday, the soccer team has a match at Hamilton Southeastern at 10:30, and the girls volleyball team has hosts Greenwood at 11:30 a.m. Finally, next Monday, the tennis team plays at Centerville at 5 p.m. I'm going to take it back to Dakota for Eastern Hancock.
Eastern football is heading to Cardinal Ritter for a scrimmage tonight at 7 p.m. On Saturday, the cross-country team will be at the Blue River Early Bird Invitational. The girls volleyball team will also be opening their season at Morristown. On Monday, boys tennis will be playing at Randolph Southern at 5 o'clock. And the women's golf team will be hosting Morristown at 5 as well after a 2-2 record last weekend with 2 second-place finishes in triangular matches and a win against Mount Vernon.
And now we're going to go to our second segment of the day, Contender or Pretender. We're going to discuss the following teams and discuss whether they in the NFL this year will be a contender or a pretender. First, we have the Chargers. What do we think, guys?
I think Chargers have been pretty shaky the past few years. I think injuries, like Justin Herbert was out for some time last year. And, they're just a very inconsistent team. I know they brought Keenan Allen back, but, he's pretty old. So, I don't know. I think they're going to sit in the 10-7 range like they've been for the past few years, honestly.
I think that they are contenders, but sort of out of that range, sort of like what he said, 10-7. I think they're a 9-8 team, and even with Jim Harbaugh and building in the trenches, that kind of building off there, getting Keenan Allen back, getting Amari Hampton in the draft, that great additions, but just kind of having to play in that division with the Chiefs and the Broncos, who've been boosting up their roster, and even the Raiders, I think getting some of those wins will be hard to squeak out.
Yeah, also, we've heard a lot of stuff in the preseason about Quentin Johnston actually being able to catch the ball.
I haven't heard anything on that.
I've seen some people talking him up. He even got a card in Madden for preseason All-Stars. But I don't know. I feel like he's still very inconsistent. He's had some terrible misses. So if he can be better than he has been for the past 2 seasons, honestly, I think they could be pretty solid, but also their O-line is kind of lacking since Rashawn Slater is out for the season.
That's true, yeah.
So their defense is pretty solid. I think their defense is going to be pretty good, but they lost Joey Bosa. That's a big loss. I think they still have Kolomac, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So
I have
yeah.
to play Ultimate Team though. Pick up that guy's card.
But yeah, I mean, secondary still got everybody. You know, they're looking pretty similar to last season. Like Lad McConkey
Yeah.
was pretty solid. I think he's got a lot of upside. I think he'll be pretty good. But yeah, I mean, 10-7, that's probably gonna happen. Being realistic.
I think I definitely agree. 10-7 season and coming for the Chargers. Up next is the Steelers, a team that hasn't had a losing record in a while, but it's always 9-8 at the minimum. They either make the playoffs or just barely don't. So definitely kind of a trickier one this year.
Yeah.
What are you thinking, guys?
I'm thinking 9-8.
Yeah, I'm thinking 9-8
I'm thinking
too.
they do
I'm
have
thinking 9-8 don't make the playoffs.
They do have a pretty good roster, a pretty old roster. They just traded for Jalen Ramsey and Jonnu Smith, but they also traded away a really good All-Pro in Minka Fitzpatrick. They signed Aaron Rodgers, which is an
Yeah.
interesting choice. He's a lot older, not what he used to be, and sort of just kind of there to fill a gap that they needed. And I feel like with the team that they had last year, they also lost George Pickens, but they replaced him with DK Metcalf.
That's a really good pick.
It's a
Yeah.
very similar team, just different faces from last year. And with how good of a coach Mike Tomlin is, I definitely do think that they'll still have a winning record, just kind of be mediocre still.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, Mike Tomlin always finds a way. I feel like there's been seasons where they should be like 6-11, but
Yeah.
they find a way to squeak out 9-8. This team, you know, I feel like it is a slight improvement compared to last season, but I still think they stay consistent in that 9-8 range. Obviously, yeah, DK Metcalf is a big pickup, but I think with how old is Aaron Rodgers now? Is he like 40,
Old.
41?
He's 41,
41,
he's getting up there,
42?
dude.
So, I mean,
getting
I
up
don't
there.
know. I don't know if that DK Metcalf pickup is going to be enough to, you know, help Aaron Rodgers be decent, I guess. He did not look good last year. So, I don't know. I don't know how that's going to be.
I mean, your wide receiver core, I believe they have, or not wide receiver core, their quarterback room. I believe they have Justin Fields too. So I mean,
I think he
maybe,
went
you
to
know,
the Jets.
Yeah, he went to the
Oh,
Jets.
never mind.
They have Will Howard.
That's what I
Yeah.
was thinking of.
Yes.
No, that's not what I was thinking of. They have
National
someone.
champion Will Howard.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they have a national champion on their team, so maybe maybe Will Howard the rookie can lead them to a 9-8 season.
Yeah, if Aaron tears his Achilles.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, we'll hope he doesn't tear his Achilles again.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
of
don't want
course.
that on anybody.
Of course, yeah.
Up next, we're going to go with the Bengals, a team last year that definitely had the offensive ability to make the playoffs, but defense brought up questions that made them not be able to make the playoffs. Joe Burrow was an MVP candidate, and they did not make the playoffs. So, what do we think, guys?
Yeah, if you have Joe Burrow, or you have Jamar Chase, I feel like Jamar Chase is like a massive part of that. He was insane last season. He had some crazy games. Joe was looking like an MVP. I feel like if their defense came up and they had a good record, I feel like Joe had a big chance of winning the MVP. So honestly, I feel like I don't think they made too many additions. I know one of their defensive ends retired at like 30.
Yeah.
But the team still looks like around the same. They just need some consistent coaching.
Yeah.
And I think they'll be pretty decent. I feel like they're going to be 11-6 if they just lock in their coaching, get a defensive scheme down, and Joe and Jamar just do everything that they were doing last season.
Yeah. I think another thing is, on the defensively side of the ball, Trey Hendrickson has been kind of shaky, right? Talking about trade talk and contract renegotiation. So
Still hasn't
yeah,
signed.
they still haven't signed, right? So definitely something to watch out for this
Yeah.
coming season.
He's a very big part of their edge rushing
Defense,
last
yeah.
season.
He's
with-
like their only defensive player.
yeah, yeah, like 18 sacks.
Yep.
He is the one that they
So-
definitely count on to make those backfield plays for sure. So up next, we're going to go to the Patriots, Alex's favorite team.
Yes.
Definitely going to let him talk about this one a little bit more.
They are contenders, absolute contenders. I will tell you, Drake
Oh,
May,
brother.
probably one of the best quarterbacks the world has ever seen, and you will be seeing it this season. We added so many. Milton Williams from the Eagles, he was great. Carlton Davis from the Lions, also great. Look at that secondary with Christian Gonzalez and Carlton Davis. That's going to be beautiful.
Oh, boy.
Who else? There's Harold Landry from the Titans. He's getting a little bit older. He was still pretty good. Offensively, in the draft, we added Will Campbell. We actually have some O-line help. That's awesome. Who else? There was Kyle Williams, a great receiver. Trust me, I've seen some clips. He's
Yes, he's
a
missing
good
plays,
receiver.
definitely, yeah.
Speaking of receivers, we have a wide receiver one, Stephon Diggs.
Kind of old.
Put her there, guys.
He's kind of old, though, dude.
No, trust me, Stephon Diggs, he has looked great from recovering from his injury from last season, and he's their definite wide receiver one. He's going to get targeted so many times. Definitely would be a good fantasy pickup, I think.
Oh, boy.
Definitely, from what I've seen from the schedule and what I believe, like genuinely, also I think good maybe like 10-7 would work and a playoff win hopefully, but they also got Travion Henderson. Have you seen plays from the preseason with Travion Henderson? That first touch in the NFL, 100-yard kickoff return. That was awesome. He's gonna be a dog, trust me.
I mean,
I don't know about all that.
I think okay.
I don't know about 10-7. I think like a Steelers 9-8.
I mean, I forgot about a lot of the additions that they made because the Patriots the past few seasons have just been like the most mediocre in every area. Like
Not even mediocre, just butt.
Even mediocre or bad, but like they've just never had anybody that really stands out except for like Gonzo. I think he's got a lot of potential. Obviously, Will Campbell on draft night said he's gonna die for Drake May. He'll die out there on the field for him. So he's very devoted to his quarterback. I think he's got a lot of upside, of course. Stephon, I think he's getting older, but I think he can still produce, especially with Drake May slinging it like he does. So yeah, at the end of the day, honestly, I don't know if they're ready for a winning season yet. I feel like they're gonna be like 8-9, like one game away from a winning season, but a decent, like a good-looking 8-9. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm definitely thinking. I would not be mad about that. A big jump from the last couple of years of being a top 5 pick. So.
Yeah, you got to give Drake May time.
Yeah, definitely.
We still don't know if he's 100% like solid yet because he had some good playing time. He was pretty decent.
He definitely had a lot of flashes.
Yeah, a lot of flashes.
That's
so.
true. He has a lot better coaching this year with the addition of Mike Vrabel, bringing him to the Patriots. That's
True.
And an excellent coach right there.
Yeah, it very much depends on whether Drake May is the prospect that we think he is, or if he's a bust.
Yeah.
Which I think he's going to be pretty good. I think he's going to be pretty solid.
I hope so. I think you're right.
All right. Well, our next team we're talking about is the Houston Texans in the AFC South, led by C.J. Stroud. What are we thinking, guys? Personally, I'm not sure. C.J. Stroud is kind of like his freshman season, right? His rookie season. He
was great.
Exceed expectations. Then we kind of had that, that sophomore slump, right? A lot of people call it. So it's a matter of bouncing back in his third season, right? Had some experience under his belt. I believe they went to the playoffs 1 or 2 years, right? His rookie year, I think. So I definitely have some experience, but it's just a matter of, putting it together,
I mean, their entire team last year was filled with injuries, with Stephon Diggs being out, and then Tank Dell later in the season. And Nico Collins multiple times throughout their season. The entire receiving corps was just out, and they've added Jaden Higgins and Jalen Noel from in the draft for like I think it was their second and third round picks, and they're definitely trying to boost up and have that depth chart of wide receivers. So if something like that happened again last year, then they could build off of that. Biggest issue they had last year was their O-line. Their offensive line was terrible. C.J. Stroud was, I believe, the second most sacked quarterback in the league last year, and they even traded away their best offensive lineman this offseason, so it's even scarier. Yeah. And they added some 2 mediocre tackles in Trent Brown and Cam Robinson. They added a tackle in the draft, Ariante Ursary, who just recently signed his rookie contract, so hasn't really been practicing very much. He's sort of a prospect of, is this guy a guy that we can build off of, or he's a hit or miss sort of guy. And if these O-linemen do not step up, unlike they did last year, then I don't think the Texans will have a winning season if it's like that.
I think kind of something to mention is I think C.J. Stroud has like all the potential in the world.
Yeah.
He's shown like some really really good flashes of greatness and calmness and composure. But if his offensive line doesn't step it up this year, we could have another Andrew Luck, right?
Yeah,
a guy who had a ton of potential, but not bad offensive line, just kind of ended his career a little bit early.
Yeah, I think I'm very high on the Texans because other than their offensive line, I think there's a lot of risk there. Their offensive weapons are insane. They got Joe Mixon. Obviously, CJ has the flashes, has the potential. to be great. You know, I think Nico Collins and Tank Dell are two very good wide receivers, especially Nico. I'm very high on him. And also, like, you know, they have this offense, but they also have a pretty solid defense. You know, they got Will Anderson, pass rush and everything, linebacker.
Danielle Hunter too.
They got Danielle
I forgot
Hunter.
about him.
I did too. And then they also got some pretty good pieces in the secondary.
Yeah.
So I think they have a lot of potential. I think
They did
can.
just trade for C.J. Gardner-Johnson, so
They did,
over the offseason. So that would honestly,
Yeah.
their defense is kind of scary. Their defense
Yeah.
is scary.
which I don't like C.J. Gardner-Johnson as a person, but
What?
I think he's a pretty solid football player.
He is a pretty good player.
So
Yeah.
I think they're gonna be.
That's all that matters.
I'm gonna say 11-6 again, like I did for the Bengals. For the
I think
Bengals, yeah.
Yeah, definitely wasn't the Patriots.
Okay.
But yeah, I think kind of so to wrap it up. I mean, I think the key point in that was the offensive line. That's what their season comes down to
Yes.
is good or bad offensive line play. So for our last and final team on our segment of contender or pretender, we have the San Francisco 49ers. They just
The San Francisco 49ers.
yeah, I blanked, guys. It just didn't. Yeah, it just I had it and then it went away.
It's all right. It's all right.
The San Francisco 49ers, Dakota's favorite team.
Oof. Yikes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hey, I got the wallet. I got the.
Oh,
San
no,
Fran
no,
wallet.
keep it in your
Oh, yeah,
pocket.
keep
keep
it
it
in
in
your
I
your-
gotta bring it out. I
no.
gotta bring it out.
Oh, brother.
Right here. San Francisco 49ers wallet. You know, I'm a big fan.
Oh my gosh.
Been a big fan since 2016. But honestly, this year I really don't know. Our wide receiver core kind of. I mean, Debo obviously left. He's gone. He's with the Commanders now, which is very good. Which is good for him. You know, he's on a really good up and coming team. But yeah, we don't really have a deep wide receiver core. I feel like, you know, Jawan Jennings had a lot of controversy in the offseason. Ricky Pearsall, I really like Ricky Pearsall. I think he had a very good bounce back rookie season last year after some unfortunate circumstances.
That's true.
And CMC, you know, injuries, man. I
Also
mean,
unfortunate circumstances, yeah.
that's one of the reasons that we struggled so much last season.
He took CMC first overall in fantasy
I
last year,
did.
dude.
I
Yes.
took him second overall.
Oh,
So
dude.
it was rough. It was a
Yeah.
really
At
rough
first I was
season.
really upset because I had the second pick, and then I was like, oh, he's got hurt. And then
Yeah.
I won the fantasy league, so it's all
That is
good.
true. That is very
Yeah.
true.
Back to back. This year. I'm going back to back.
I thought you weren't even going to be in our league this year.
That's a good point. I forgot about that. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe.
All right.
Probably not.
Yeah. Niners, you know, the defense still looks like the Niners defense. We got Fred Warner, best linebacker in the league. Nick Bosa, he had a down year last year, but I think he can come back strong. You know, we've had a very consistently good defense over the past few years. I feel like it's like the main reason. Besides, before we got Brock, our defense carried us. But I think Brock is gonna have a pretty good year this year.
Aren't like a first name
he-
basis with him? Like,
Yes, I mean, I'm a big fan of him.
Sounds so personal.
That's my guy, you know.
That's Brock.
I made a documentary over him, so.
Drake's
Yeah?
my guy.
Drake,
Yeah,
Drake
yeah,
and
yeah.
Brock.
Drake and Brock.
Those are cool dudes. Drake, I like their names. Drake and Brock.
I do want to say your defense lost a lot of players. They
Yeah.
lost Talanoa Hufanga, Andre Greenlaw to the Broncos, and Travarius Ward to the Colts. Those
Yeah,
are
I
great
know.
players on your defense that
I'm
are
not mad
just-
about that last one. That one's
Hufanga. Hufanga, man, that was. I love Hufanga. I love watching him, you know, come up as, you know, kind of our third safety on the depth chart, and then he just kind of one year, like 2 years ago, he became an All-Pro safety, and injuries kind of gotten to him a little bit, but you know, it's sad to see him go. Of course, Travarius Ward was amazing. I think he was like probably top 5 corner in the league.
Honestly, you know how I'm gonna have fun watching this year. Travarius Ward.
Yeah, whatever. Dre Greenlaw, man, I still have the memory of the Super Bowl where he was going onto the field, and
That's
Tragic.
tough.
just
That
so
was
unfortunate because we probably would have won the Super Bowl
I
if not
do
for
agree
that
with that.
injury.
Yeah, that is.
I remember I was watching. I was like, oh,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Was
I
that the one
was-
we watched together.
Yes.
I think it was. Yeah.
It was.
I was heartbroken, man.
Yeah.
But honestly, I don't think the 49ers are going to be 6-11 like they were last year.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be 10-7, maybe 9-8. I don't think with all their losses this year, I don't think the defense is going to be the same level, but of course we've always had good defensive coaching and stuff. Like I believe we brought back Robert Saleh. So, yeah, that's a good pickup. But other than that, 9-8, 10-7 is what I'm feeling.
So basically, all these teams are contenders except my Patriots. What the heck, guys?
Yeah,
I
kind of.
mean, yeah,
kind of.
we picked some good teams. I think the 49ers could be iffy, maybe.
Yeah, I
think
think
it
they're the
depends,
most iffy. Like
Yeah, I think and the Steelers too. I think
Steelers,
they're-
yeah.
I think they'll have
Sure.
a 9-8 season, but I don't think they're contenders.
Steelers are definition.
Yeah, a
of
9-8
mid.
season with the Steelers is kind of inevitable, but
yeah,
yeah,
it's bound
but
to happen.
it is bound. It's kind of like Thanos, like it's
Yes.
inevitable.
I am inevitable. It's gonna happen. So.
It is going to happen. Well, that is all the time we have for today, so I want to thank you for watching. I was here with Dakota Hamilton and Alex Martin. I'm Jane Wiles. Thank you for watching. Have a great night.